What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of my career here on EA Sports PGA Tour. If you missed last episode, we had another fantastic outing at one of my favorite tournaments, one of my favorite courses, down for the Genesis Invitational. We ended up finishing second for the second time. It was a wonderful battle. It came down to me and Tony Finau in the final group, and we did everything we possibly could to try and win our first event. And I believe we shot about 8 under for the day on the final round, but it was Tony Finau who shot a 59 to finish way ahead of me. We were going toe to toe, but he just kept pulling ahead with birdies and birdies and birdies after birdies. So it was a crazy display of golfing. It was still a really fun tournament. And again, we're kind of chugging along and making top 10 finishes, which is something that, you know, going into the FedEx Cup later this year, these early points can be really good because we already know that this game is really difficult during the majors. We know that it's not going to be easy for the harder courses. That is something this game does very well. Is yes, there is a difficulty chat online about whether it's too easy or too hard, and some of the tournaments do feel a little bit easier than maybe you would find on playing career mode in 2K, but there are very difficult courses that prove to be very challenging, and when the weather kicks up and the wind kicks up, it becomes very difficult. We saw that in Torrey Pines. I missed the cut at a very difficult course with high winds. So it's going to take a lot. It's going to take these early games, early tournaments to really put up some good numbers, because as we get to the players, as we get to the masters, as we get to all the other majors and difficult courses, that is going to be a true test to see if we can even make the cut and then even place anywhere inside, I'm going to say, the top 20. So lots ahead of us today. We're headed to the Florida Classic at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club. This is a fantasy course that PGA created a long time ago. It is a beautiful course, but it is complete fantasy. But we're going to head there and we're going to play. And I've seen a sneak peek at the weather, and it looks like day one's going to be pretty gusty down in Florida. So we're going back to the Bermuda grass, and we're really going to be tested because it's going to play quite a bit different, and if there's a lot of wind out there, it's going to be hard to stop these balls on the green. So one thing I will note, that this is the first video where we're going to be breaking up the rounds into different videos. That was a requested item from you guys, and it's something that I had been considering already. So we are going to break up these videos to kind of make them smaller sections, you know, 20-30 minutes. Then the next video will be round 2, etc. If we make it into the weekend, I might I might reduce the second or the third and fourth round, into one video to kind of just have it be like this epic feel to see what we can do on the weekend. But I think going forward, I think we're going to break these up and just have a little bit shorter videos so you guys aren't, you know, stuck waiting 2 hours to see what the result is. So this is round 1. It's going to be the first video. I hope you guys do enjoy it, and let's just dive right in. So Wetlands Golf and Country Club, as you can see, 6 to 9 mile per hour. That is pretty fast, and it's soft everything. So everything's going to be landing soft. There's not going to be a lot of rollout. So the wind is really going to dictate where your shot lands. And right now we got Kevin Kisner at 5 under leading the first round. So again, beautiful course. It is completely made up. That they did a fantastic job making it feel real for the Florida Championship here. And we're just going to see what we can shoot.
And the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup.
I think this is a really, really cool design. I think it's really unique. I think they've done a good job, like I said, making it feel more realistic.
What might we have in store for us over
so Jordan Spieth up the leaderboard there too. Through 13, he's 4 under. So some big names out there.
We've got it all.
Beautiful looking course here. You got all those hanging tree branches, all those hanging foliage. It's gonna be a test to put up a good score, but based on the leaderboard, it does look like it is scoreable today. So sit back, relax, let's dive into it.
Second and playing extremely well.
9 mile per hour wind, so we are diving in right off the bat with some really strong gusts. It actually looks a little gray out there, so obviously no rain in the game yet. Hopefully they add that at some point.
Great confidence boost last week.
But we got off to a really good drive there. Absolutely crushed that ball with the helping wind of 10 mile per hour. That's gonna go.
What do you think?
Pretty long way in the air, 285, rollout to 305. So even though it's soft, there is a bit of rollout. The wind's probably helping with that, to be honest.
And you get a few chances to win.
Long par 5 here. We still got 361 into this, so gonna just take a big 3-wood and rip it down there. No shot, we got that on in 2, no matter what. It's a way too long of a hole. But we're gonna get it down into a good wedge shot in there. Should have a pretty full swing into that one. Yeah, 83 yards. That'll be a perfect 60. So
That's an aggressive layup.
One lesson we took away from Riviera, obviously, beautiful golf course, very difficult, is just stick to my game plan. I've said it in the last couple of videos, but wedge shots, full wedge shots, are our strength in this right now. Again, we are not the most highly rated golfers. As you see, I may have flown this a little too long, but it will sit nice and soft, so we do have a birdie putt.
Good shot.
But we aren't the highest rated golfer yet. We're only just cracked 80 last tournament.
10-foot putt left.
So it's going to be a real challenge to work the ball around the greens. And we put points into those full shot wedges. So if you see me laying up a little bit more, that's actually the strategy that... Yeah, it's a good birdie start.
Yeah,
that's actually the strategy that we kind of developed at Riviera was, you know what? Maybe driver off the tee is not the best club. Maybe it makes sense to take a 3-wood or a hybrid and put yourself in those 100-yard range to have a full shot wedge in, because I'm really comfortable with my wedge shots right now. It's just I've made them, I think all of them except maybe one type are all gold medals. So we've definitely put the points into that, and we've definitely kind of spent some time mastering that to a certain degree. So we're going to keep doing that, and we're going to stick with that until we start getting more points into other sections like chipping and flop shots and stuff like that. Now we got a difficult choice because we got a downhill with wind in our face. I think hybrid, it is going to land soft, but I feel like that's a too low of a attack angle. So I'm actually going to club down even with the wind. I'm hoping to just get it on the green. I just don't want it long. Yeah, it's a perfect swing there. Absolutely hit that on the button. So the wind is holding it up. Yeah. The only thing I was thinking through there was hybrid. I just feel like even if it landed near the cup, even with how firm it is, I don't think that would have stopped in time. I think it would have ran out the back. So this is a big up the hill left to right.
And the hole is cut back.
Let's see if we can just get it close. If it drops, bonus. Pretty good looking putt, but it's going to drop below the hole. Yeah, so little firm. It was up the hill, but I just hit it a little too firm. Guys, a beautiful new patch did just drop. There are a couple bugs with it, as I'm sure you guys have noticed, where so they fixed some bugs, but introduced a couple very small bugs. A lot of people are freaking out on it over the internet, but to me, it's not that bad. So basically, they fixed the putting green grid disappears when you hit your putt, which I think adds a bit more level of realism. They fixed the brake, so if it shows left to right, it's actually going to go left to right, not the opposite way. The only thing all these things they fixed broke was you'll see your guy almost address the ball twice. It's very quickly. He'll set up, you'll see the swing shot, and then he'll kind of like, sometimes he'll like, right there, you just see it. It flashed for a second. He like addressed the ball and then like readdressed the ball. It's very, very quick. A lot of people are really upset about that. To me, that's not the end of the world. It is visually annoying. You saw it there again. So he takes the address, you set up, and then the swing plane comes back for a second time. So look, games aren't perfect, guys. They're going to fix things. It's going to break other things. It's just the nature of being a AAA studio. It's just they don't have the most polished product right away anymore. Which to everybody's like point, I think it should be more polished being a AAA studio, but it's something that we've kind of just sadly we've had to grow accustomed to, and whining about it is unfortunately not the solution. But if you guys want to see more about the major patch, they did introduce 3-point click. I've said it all along. I personally don't enjoy 3-point click. I think it is a little cheesy and a little too easy as that one gets. So we are going to have to start clubbing up here, guys. The wind is really strong.
And that one
yeah, but 3-point click, not my forte. I'll stick with swing shot or stick shot.
By 1/4 of an inch, you lose 10%.
A little bit up the hill,
10%.
A smidge right to left, but it is a long way up there, so it has lots of time to break. It's a pretty good putt, but I think it's gonna. Oh my gosh! So they did fix putt or the cup physics as well. That's another big thing. You guys can check all this out in my review. It's a 10-minute video if you want to see what they added. But one thing they did was the cup appeared bigger than the physics allowed it. So they've shrunken the cup to match the physics. So right there, we hit the hole and it killed the ball. Before, if you did that, it would just kept going past. It'd be like the cup wasn't even there. So Jordan Spieth now birdied. He's at 6 under through 16. So him and Kiz there, they're battling it out at the top. We're just cozying along. I mean, we're 1 under through 3 holes now. We will have to start taking in that wind a little bit more into account. It is pretty gusty up there. However, I still don't think taking the extra metal club is the way to go here. So I'm going to club down to a hybrid. Hopefully the wind kills it. We hit it into that bank, and it just stops somewhere near the hole. I hit it a little slow, so it's sadly going to bleed out to the right. That's not even going to find the green, so that's not going to roll anywhere. And now we're in those like natural-looking bunkers. That's okay. I mean, we've been playing pretty good with the pick shot. The blast we did level up to gold, but the pick shot is still something I just prefer. I like getting a little bit more. I like getting a little bit more on the ball and just getting some more spin out of sand lies. Hit it a little hard, but that should bite really nice. Yeah, beautiful. So just a little hard and fast, which shoved it a bit to the right, but here we go, baby. This is a pretty straight par putt. Let's keep the scorecard clean. Yeah, beautiful. So good putt there. We're 1 under still. We got a par 5. We got 4 par 5s on this fantasy course. They are all very challenging. Obviously, you saw the first one was super long there. But we have 4 on the front 9, so 3 more par 5s, including this one. But I mean, 635. There's no way with our golfer driving the ball 290 that we can get there anywhere close. So we're just gonna play this clearly as a 3-shot hole. It is a big sweeping dogleg left. And again, I've seen a few comments, not a lot, but a few people just stating that, you know what, why don't you use you know, a fade or a draw when the wind is really strong to like make it a straight shot. And I've answered it, but I'm glad to answer. I prefer at this level rated golfer, so around 80, to play with the wind rather than against the wind. And the reason I have for that is I do not have a lot of skill points into shot shaping right now. So I can do it, but the chance for a miss hit is a lot higher. And that's something that I don't think a lot of people realize, is this game is really good at understanding where your skill points are at. So if you do not have a lot of skill points in a shot shaping and you're getting perfect on the swing stick and you're still seeing your shot go left or right, it's because the miss hit in this game is actually calculated a lot more than you'd find in, say, in 2K. As you see, I am going to try and fade it around these trees. So hopefully we don't have too bad of a miss hit. It's going to fade a little bit more because I was fast, but we have lots of fairway to work with. But that is something to keep in mind. If you're wondering, hey, this kid's dumb and he's not taking away the wind, I would prefer at this point to play with the wind in most situations than risk that potential miss hit. It's not going to be a miss hit every single time, but there is that possibility, especially with wind, that 1% difference and your ball could go super far left or right. So small tip, not even a tip, small explanation as to why I do it. Maybe a tip if you guys want to take that into consideration. I've hit that one fast, and as you can see, it is going to start riding to the right. That would have been the absolute perfect club. It would have landed about 10 feet to the pin. Now we got 30 feet into a very difficult par 5, back up the hill, just slightly. This is going to snap quite a bit.
This has a little bit of uphill to it, working back to the right at the end.
I've hit it on the button. Does it curl in? Oh, just sneaks by. Just sneaks by. So that was a very good effort. That was a fantastic putt from that far back. Really didn't give ourselves too much of a chance there, but we'll take another par. Again, it's not gonna propel us up the leaderboard, but it doesn't propel us down. So you see Spieth and Kiz now both at 7 under. Kisner still has 5 holes remaining, I believe. I think it said he was through 13. I didn't really see what he was at. All right, here we go. Another big, challenging tee shot, but I think we're going to go for it because it is downhill. If the wind was into us, we would have to club down. I have underswung it a bit, but I've made perfect contact with it. This should clear no problem. Yeah, it does. So really good tee shot there. We took away the most difficult part of the hole, and just gave ourselves a chance to get it into the green. It's about 150 out. The wind is going left to right. It is uphill. I feel like a 9-iron might be too much, but we can try and finesse a 9-iron, take some of the distance off, add some spin, ride the wind. So this is an example. Again, I could very easily do what you guys say and try and play a fade. This is the most I have to work with because I do not have points into this. So that is the reason why I don't do it. I would rather play a straight shot, ride the wind. So perfect example here. And guys, I got to throw this out there. Again, I appreciate all the love and support. Get there. Okay, not bad. One thing I will just say
it's
is
not too bad.
I
Good
understand
shot.
people's frustrations
Inside 20 feet,
with
I would
EA.
imagine.
I understand
So
people's
a good
frustrations
chance,
with
really
bugs.
outside chance for birdie.
But there needs to stop being this massive divide and hate in the community. I keep posting TikTok posts, and I love the feedback. They're absolutely popping off, and you guys are crushing it. So I thank you, and I have no problem with you guys commenting on them. But please refrain from attacking other people on TikTok just because they like the game or dislike the game. You are allowed to have your opinion. Just stop saying, you know what, if you use the three-click swing, you're a smooth brain or whatever you guys want to say, because it's just disrespectful and stupid, and we don't care what your opinion is. If you like it, great. If you don't buy it. Don't play it. It's really simple. And I hate that I have to bring that up, but there are posts I've had to delete. Not that I will never be... You guys can say whatever you want to me. I will never be discouraged, or obviously I won't tolerate massive disrespect. I'll just delete your comment and block you. I have no problem doing that. But please respect other people's posts, especially when it's on my videos, because I just think it's disrespectful to others. And somebody's allowed to like the game. Because you think that 2K looks better than this game. I don't know what you're looking at. That's my own opinion. But you're allowed to feel that way. It's perfectly okay. As you see, we're teeing up here. We'll try and get back to the golf now. But I just want to throw that out there that, again, I love all the comments. I love all the posts. Just be respectful of others, because as I've said before, having this game in the space will only help both 2K and this game and vice versa to make better products. You're allowed to have your opinions, just don't attack others. That's the last time I'm going to say it. Anyway, we're going to lay up here a little bit. Not driver off the deck. Do we lay up here? That's a pretty flat surface up there. I don't think we can get there, but I'm going to take a rip, and if we don't, I think a chip shot will work. I don't think we necessarily need anything more than that, because that green looked really flat. With how soft it is today, there's no way this will bounce up there, and that's perfectly fine. Obviously, we're playing a wetlands course. There's a lot of moisture, so they've nailed that aspect of the game. But right here, this is a pretty flat green. I think I actually can just pitch this on a little short and have it run up, and it shouldn't roll too far off. Take a little bit off, not much. Maybe just a smidge more, but I'll tell you what, that's exactly what we drew up. That's a perfect pitch shot in there. Let's try and get a birdie. There's birdies falling all around us, and we just haven't really... Yeah, we haven't really had any momentum other just kind of slugging along with pars, but this is a really good look. Slight right to left up the hill. Put a good putt on it.
Nah, that one's going to go begging.
I gotta tell you guys, I'm misreading all these putts. I am absolutely thinking that there's... I guess it's just because how slow the greens are. There's not a lot of breaks. But I tell you what, I'm misreading everything. That is another par 5 gone by where we've parred, so... Yeah, kind of feeling a little sluggish. I mean, the scores below us can't be that great because we're in 7th at 1 under. So there's 6 other guys that have shot really good and a bunch of guys that haven't shot well at all. So there we go. This is a difficult one because we are going to have to play a little bit of a high fade just to get it around this tree. I think I'll stick with the 6-iron just because we've seen everything come up short. That looks to be okay. There's a miss hit right there. So just straight proved right there that slight miss hit with an underswing and a perfect tempo. There was wind, but we played with it.
In the short grass.
So we'll just bump a little 60-degree on here. One thing they fixed was they fixed the bug where it's always selecting a long iron for a bump and run rather than a low or wedge for a chip on. So I've explained it before. I like using 7-irons for longer bump and runs. But they've made it the default is always the 60 degrees, so I think that's better. So I'm not going to play a lot of break here. I can't trust that there's going to be a lot of break to it. I just think everything is moving so slowly, and that even with the putting bees moving, I don't think there's a lot of break in these putts. So we just got to start playing it for a more straighter shot. No big deal.
Is a muscular par 5, 621
yards. Another. So all the par 5s, as you heard me say earlier, are monsters of holes, and something we don't even have the power drive unlocked yet, and we just don't have the distance or the points put in. Horrible swing there. We kind of fixed it at the end. Yeah, not bad. Right down the middle. So driving, I kind of set it back in Pebble Beach, and then we carried it into Genesis and then clearly into the Florida tournament here. My driving has been on par. I've figured out the tempo.
Now a second from well
again, when
over
I switch
300
to
yards,
professionals
this will
that are
be
in the
about
game for
position.
like course reviews and things like that, it is difficult to figure out their tempo because I'm playing with a faster tempo on my created character. I've gotten used to it, and I really like I think there's medium swing speed, faster, and then fastest. I'm playing on faster, so the middle one, the middle highest speed, and I love it. I've figured it out. I've dialed it in. We're feeling really confident with my golfer right now. This is a shot that, I mean, I've been making everything look really good with this club lately. We got to make sure we dial this one in. It isn't turning to the right as much as I hoped, but there you go. We had so much rollout in that one. I did not expect that. We haven't really had that all day, so another missed opportunity. However,
golfers do so much
this
work
looks
on
like
starting the ball
the
on
most
line, and
straight
it's
flat
this
putt
kind of
I've
putt,
ever
the
had
straight
in any
flat
video
one.
game. Yep, you heard Iona say it. The putting grid says it's completely flat. The putting beads indicate it's not moving. Iona told me it was flat. I'm playing it flat, straight at it, no extra added distance. And pending any major screw up, that should be a birdie after a very long time. So on hole 9 and hole 1, we got the front 9 surrounded. We finally drop another birdie to go 2 under. So not bad, not bad. Again, we're hanging in there. Apparently, there's a lot of people not scoring as well. So maybe the wind or the lack of firmness of how soft everything is might be fooling a lot of these AIs, including myself. But it doesn't get any easier from here. It really doesn't. I think a 4-iron is too much. I'm gonna club down to a 5-iron and hope we just find the fringe, maybe right before the green, and get a lucky bounce. You heard them talk about it. I can't be long here. That's a pretty good strike. I still think 4 would have been too much, but maybe that was just a poor effort there.
Terrible spot either. Sitting up in the short
I'm not upset with that at all. I think I will flop this one. I don't think I'll use a high flop, just a regular one. Let the wind just kind of throw it near the cup. Stop. Yeah, okay, good effort there. So another 3-foot par putt. Just keep everything consistent, keep everything clean. That's the motto of the game right now. And we're putting pretty well. I mean, the breaks have been a little bit questionable in terms of my reading.
Par 411, Frank, we're looking at 443 yards.
Yeah, the Wetlands golf course is a really good driving course. This is another example here, Rich, where the fairway's just wide enough to reward a good tee shot, and then those 2 bunkers don't really come into play. But Wetlands becomes very difficult.
One sec, guys. Sorry, I'll do it later. It's fine.
Off the fairway. Then you start to see
just got a message that I had to answer. But here we go. Taking the weekend off here, guys. I hope you enjoy wherever you are. Hopefully it's nice and sunny and warm for you guys. I'm in Canada. I'm in Toronto. It's finally good weather. I got some friends coming up. We're gonna hang out, watch the hockey game. So recording some videos now early for you guys. We have lots of nice posts to come in through the weekend. But here we go. Pitching wedge. Been very, very happy with this club. Last 3 tournaments, it's been absolutely dynamite. You see me hoist this one extremely high up in the air. Yeah, it didn't get so... I thought we might get the rollback that we had with the 60 degree. Again, it's obviously a pitching wedge compared to a 60 degree. But I thought we might get a little bit. This is significantly up the hill. Pretty straight putt.
Well, and he's had great conversion on putts like this. Even when he's not close to the hole, he's left himself.
Yeah, another great putt. We make another birdie.
Oh, yes. Plenty of pace to get up that slope. It is in for a birdie. Par 5-12 here at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club is 576 yards.
Here we go.
First
Another big one, but less big than the last few. So again, I don't think I can even go for a 570 hole in 2, but you never know. Take a rip at it. Big tee shot again. Just loving my tee ball.
Boy, a good round going
like
here
even in firm conditions, you got that one rolling out to 300 yards on a firm day. It's absolutely dynamite. Like, it's perfect. Don't think I need a 3-wood. We do have a chance to get this on, so I kind of mistook the dog leg for cutting off some of that distance. I'm all of a sudden getting really choppy, so I am going to quickly minimize and just make sure that everything is all good. Beautiful there.
Hit that second shot on the butt.
Yeah, that was even that nearly bled through. So we are, again, I think the patch kind of introduced some bugginess. So if you guys notice a bit of stutter, it's something that, again, as I mentioned, kind of have to just deal with. No harm in, or no reason to get too upset or rage over it. It's bound to happen with patches. And as much as it sucks, we do have another birdie putt. It's just a little bit of choppiness with the game there, but we find a birdie through it, and now we're capitalizing. We are now 4 under, so... Again, the way I'm approaching every tournament now is still the same, as easy. Again, I feel like this is a very easy tournament. I'll be honest with you, I think you're going to see the AI shoot really low scores in the mid-20s again to end the week. But for these tournaments, there's no reason why we can't go for a win. And I know, like, some people are, well, it's super easy. Like, that will, I promise you, when we get to the majors, you're going to see me struggle. Augusta is a monster in this game. The U.S. Open is a monster in this game. Even St. Andrews, for how, you know, scoreable that course is, it's difficult in this game. It is difficult in this game. The firmness really comes into play, and you're kind of just left with, you know, low shots through the wind. As I completely mishit that. That needs to go an absolute mile. It tried to. May have been even long, to be honest with you, if I hit that perfect. But another flat putt. I mean, we're leaving ourselves in the absolute perfect positions to drop birdies. But anyway, what I was saying is there's no reason why we can't go for the win. I really believe, you know what? If the game is easier, it means the AI are going to be shooting really good scores as well. We have to still play well. Just because scores move to severely under par and it might be less realistic, I mean, you take what you're given. If somebody's at 25 under par, we know we have to shoot that and better to win the tournament. So it's not like the tournament or the course being super scoreable is like an indication that you're just going to win every tournament. Because if anything, I played my best round in the 4th round of the Genesis Invitational, and Tony, this was a horrible miss club. Wow, that wind just killed that ball.
That one not on the green.
Wow. But yeah, I shot like a 62 or 63 at Riviera on the final round of the tournament. And I got destroyed by Tony Finau, who dropped a 59. So it can happen. And who's to say that I'm going to play amazing every single tournament? I've had rounds when I'm not recording where I've been completely trash, and I'm just like, what am I doing? This is a very crucial par putt to keep the scorecard clean, though. Yeah, good read, good putt. Ends the birdie streak at 3. We're now at 5 under for the tournament with another par 5 coming up. So lots of par 5s at this fantasy course. That's probably something that's a little weird is, you know, I think that means there's 6 par 5s. It's something you're not, you know, typically used to for a course. There's usually maybe 2 on the front 9, maybe 2 on the back 9, maybe less, maybe more. I will have to do a bit of a shot shape here to get it around this tree. Beautiful shot there.
No problem.
Landing it soft seems weird though. It's just so jarring seeing these rolling hills and you just landed on a hill. Yeah, I'm not even gonna go for it. I'm gonna lay up. I'd much rather have a good shot back into the green and land it where I want rather than trying to get this to the green and have it do what it did last time and actually roll out even in soft conditions. So no harm, no foul. We'll be able to use a finesse shot here, kind of just float this one onto the green, let the wind carry it about an extra 2 feet, roll it back. Maybe it goes in, who knows? Except I kind of mishit it. Still will work out. Yeah, mishit it. It tried rolling back. Little fast, a little long. The wind probably added a bit more than I thought it did, but we got a birdie putt nonetheless. I will say it is a pretty big slider, and I think this one actually is going to try and slide. Maybe not a lot. So even when it looks like it's breaking a lot. Oh, not a great effort there, but another par 5 where I'm walking out of here with a par. That's so many missed opportunities. So many missed opportunities. Well, half and half. I've capitalized. I've gotten 3 birdies on 3 par 5s and 3 pars on par 5s. So I'm definitely missed opportunities for sure. I stand by that statement. If you got par 5s and you're throwing a wedge onto it and you're walking out of there with a par, I feel like that is a missed opportunity. But nonetheless, we got another pretty lengthy par 4 here. Require another good drive, which we absolutely crush. This one should be really good. They've all been really good, but this one gets that little bit of a hill. It is coming back uphill, so it will slow. Another 314-yard drive. Absolutely crushing it out there today, folks.
So
all right.
Breeze at his back as he readies his second to the
Is the
par
P
4.
wedge the option here? Oh, man. Not a great effort there. And that's what I'm talking about. So my wedges, which once felt really dialed for a couple rounds. Not gonna lie, I'm leaving it in good position. I'm kind of just throwing a couple away. Those have not been very good putts at all. Or, sorry, wedges. So something I'm very confident with. Starting to lose a little bit more faith in it. Not that these are bad shots, and we just rolled in. Oh my gosh, the first putt of the day that actually broke. Oh my goodness, I was gonna say it, but putting is making up for it as we just roll it past. Oh man, that was such a good putt the whole way, and then right at the end it just slid right to the left. But hey, I'm still really happy with this round. We're at 5 under as Kisner also finished with 7 under, so maybe a couple missed shots by him coming down the stretch. He was tied with Spieth with about 5 holes to play, so still though, 7 under. Very, very good day by both those gentlemen. And we got a very difficult hole here. Very, very difficult hole. I am going to have to play with the break. I'm going to try and cut the break off. This is something I say I don't like to do, but we're going to try it.
Chance to birdie 17 as well.
I've overcooked it. Overcooked it. Yeah, I'm just not a fan of doing that. I'm not a fan right now of taking the entire wind out of the play. I don't know. The miss hit just seems so strong, and now we got a downhill putt, left to right. I'm gonna play it like I played last hole, and give it a little bit extra respect, because that last putt definitely snapped at the end. This one looks right at it. Let's go. What a birdie roll. Literally all the information I had for that putt came from the previous hole. I was like, this is where I think it's going to break. And last putt broke an extra cup. I'm going to move it an extra cup, and we got it in. Absolutely beautiful putt there, ladies and gentlemen. That one got me going. Let's go. 6 under with a hole remains. Let's see if we can't get in the clubhouse tied with Spieth and Kisner going into round 2. What a beautiful, beautiful putt. My putting has been absolutely lights out today.
Short par 4, and
that one was a little slow as well. Not my favorite shot I've ever made with the driver.
Maybe a hot dog or a hamburger.
So, little stuttery today. I gotta say, the patch kind of feels a little stuttery. This is my first recorded round since the major patch came out. It does feel a little sluggish. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I didn't really notice it yesterday, but I only played about 2 rounds. This is so maybe a little bit of hiccup coming out of the update for you guys. But we'll hoist a wedge way up there. And similar to my last few, it's just not the right club choice. Just the wind is absolutely fooling my wedge shots right now. I keep thinking that it's just going to be moving right to left, and it's just ballooning at the top of the apex. And geez, look at this one. An up the hill, major right to left here. This one I can't see going in. We just got to get this one close. We got to try and keep the scorecard clean at this point. That's all I'm thinking here. That is a really good putt again. And a little bit more pace, and that would have been in the heart of the cup. So a tap-in par on hole 18 will get us all finished up for the first round at the Florida Championship here at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club. A squeaky clean
that will be an
scorecard.
opening round,
Absolutely lit up
66.
that back nine.
That's good playing.
A beautiful,
Yes, a
beautiful
good position to be in
round.
after day one
Lots
for our
of big
featured
scores
golfer.
coming
Just
down the
a
stretch
shot
there. A
back.
lot more than I
Playing
think
well.
I expected.
Thereabouts.
But
I think
4
that's
under
a
through the
good
back nine,
indicator.
2 under for the front nine. Again, we are splitting these videos up, so that is going to do it for this one here, guys, as we head to round 2 for this tournament at the beautiful fantasy course of the Wetlands. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Tomorrow, we'll dive back in and see if we can't, you know, squeak out another really good round and get ourselves into a good grouping for the weekend. But I appreciate it nonetheless, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. You guys, I can't believe how much you guys are crushing everything. TikTok, YouTube, you guys are absolutely slaying it. It means the world. Thank you guys so much. I'm having a blast making these. But we'll catch you back here for round 2. Enjoy the rest of your night, guys. Bye.